Hey YouTube, got another video for you guys. This is a update video on my 86 Ford 3/4 ton 4-wheel drive with a 460 V8 big block. And what we're doing today, I'll show you guys what we're doing. Here's the intake manifold that we just took off. And what we're looking at right now, right here's the front. Over there where the rust is all in the back. This is the back. EGR emissions BS crap. Don't need that garbage. We're just gonna do away with that. There's the pan that was underneath the intake. Well, the gaskets. And let's take a look under the hood here. Look at that. Looks nice and clean. We're gonna make sure it's all detailed and all that stuff. This one here is the distributor, and I'll show you why I'm gonna replace this. You all noticed that that it's not supposed to do that. That's not good. Not good at all. So we got a new one of those. It's got a new water pump right there. We're going to replace all the filters, all the fluids, everything. New thermostat housing. And it literally took no effort for these gaskets to come off. They were completely no good. Got a plastic oil line there for my oil gauge. We're going to replace that as well. But other than that, it's just basically tearing it down, and we're just going to put all new parts on it that we currently have here at the garage. And hopefully by the weekend, that's what we're hoping. We're really hoping that we can get this thing up and running this weekend and get her back on the street and get some more jobs going for it. I've got plenty of work lined up for it, stuff like that. But I'm glad to see that all this stuff is, except that bracket right there is going to need to be cleaned up and put back on. Let's get you a close-up on that. This bracket is for the throttle, for the carburetor. And yeah, had nothing but issues for a long time. And I think this would explain, and yes, the intake manifold's upside down. But I think this would explain why it was backfiring through the intake for a long period of time. But we're gonna, I got some more parts on order. They should be here within a couple days. Hopefully they arrive before the weekend. And we could actually slap this truck back together, put this motor back together with all new gaskets. I have the new intake manifold. And I also have the Valley, I have this new one. I have a brand new one with the gaskets. And yeah, we're not gonna mess with this EGR bolt crap. We just took all that crap off because it was not even doing anything. So we're gonna hope for the best that it goes together smoothly. It came apart very easily. No issues at all. And this is like a third engine that I had to do this. The old engine I was going to put in here, well, didn't pan out. So we're just going to fix the motor that's in this truck. And just so you guys are aware, this motor came in this truck. And it's been in this truck ever since I first bought it. I've never had the motor removed. So, but yeah, we just got to go ahead and throw more stuff at it. And I know this is an update video, sort of, on what's going on here with it. Sorry for the late uploads, guys, but it does take some time to get the parts, and it does take time to get the money to actually finish the actual motor in this truck. So I apologize for the late uploads, but just keeping you guys posted on this old 86 Ford, on what's going on with it, what we're doing, stuff like that, you know. But if you guys really love content like this and stuff that we're doing here, trying to keep this old engine alive as best we can, I need you guys to hit that like button, turn those notifications on by clicking the bell, and hit that like button. It would really help us out here. So, yeah, I'll keep you guys updated when I can. All right, guys. Well, I'll show you what we're doing here. Taking a razor blade here, and we're just gonna be scraping all of the gaskets, like all of them, making sure that the surface is good and cleaned and stuff like that. Gotta make sure that your gasket surface is good to go. If it's not clean, then your gasket won't actually work the way it's supposed to work. It won't work right. So we're just gonna go ahead and start cleaning up all this old gasket material off of here. Stuff like that. So I'm gonna do that, and we're gonna finish up cleaning up the gasket surfaces, and then I'll bring you guys back. All right, I've got the gaskets all off. Everything's cleaned up. As you can see, we're putting the intake manifold gasket on right now. And it's, you know, to be honest, it's actually looking pretty decent. Looking good. Looking really good. And the only thing we have to do now is put the intake manifold on, and install the new distributor. So yeah, it's actually coming together perfectly, and yeah, I'm actually pretty happy the way it's turning out right now. So I'll bring you guys back when the intake manifold is installed. All right, guys, we're back, and we're moving along. All right, as you can see that we have the intake manifold on. We have thermostat housing with the thermostat in it. Thermostat temperature gauge is hooked up, and stuff like that. And yes, some of you are thinking it was easy. Well, to be honest with you, pain in the ass. I mean, it was a complete pain in the ass. And I'll show you why I say that. We had to remove the valve covers because of this. So let me bring you guys in a little closer here. And you can see that it was just rubbing up against here and back there, you know. But yeah. And let's zoom out of here. And yeah, everything's coming together perfectly, other than, we had to take the valve covers off. And thank God we didn't destroy the gaskets because, those ain't cheap anymore. Prices out here where I live, everything went up in price. And let's go take a look on the other side here. Get you guys a better view of what's going on. All this because of that piece right there on the old intake manifold rusted out. That is bullshit. That should have been removable from the word fucking go. I'm just saying. You should be able to thread your old one out, thread your new one in. Ain't hard. I don't know why it was that way, but idiots. Anyway, throttle cable is installed. That's for the vacuums for the brake booster and the heater and all that stuff. Heater core is hooked up. I just have to replace this hose clamp because this hose clamp broke. No big deal. Thermostat and thermostat housing fits like a glove. And yeah. Well, it's coming together very, very slowly, but it's coming together. I'm gonna have to buy, let's see, one way back there and one right there. So I'm gonna have to pick up some 3 bolts and 2 block offs to block these guys here off. And everything's looking pretty good. But when we are gonna start finishing up everything, I still have more parts coming, like I said. And when they arrive, hopefully they arrive soon because we kind of need those right now. But that's okay. We'll manage with what we do have here at the garage. Even though it's not much of a garage, but that's okay. It's a story for a different day. But throttle is installed, all hooked up, plumbed, and all that good stuff. I'm going to say this right now before I forget. I checked this late last night with the carburetor on here. I barely have enough clearance for my air cleaner, which hits right up there for the AC lines. It barely clears that. And the other thing I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to order some shorter studs for the carburetor mounting area there on the top of the intake. Gonna have to order some of those and get some shorter ones. That's fine. But no, I do have plans for this truck. But that's a different story for a different day. Just stay tuned for that video when it does get released. Stay tuned for that. There's some really cool stuff going on there. But yeah, this is coming along pretty well, actually. Hopefully we'll get to the point where it's time to drop that distributor up in there, and hopefully we go get that done today, and stuff like that. Oh, which also reminds me, I know a lot of you are like, where's the rest of it? Well, here's the coil right here, brand new coil, and it sits right next to the oil fill cap. And I'll show you where that is real quick, where it actually sits. It literally sits right there Like, literally sits right there next to the distributor. So, with that said, I'm going to have to take this bolt out and this bolt out and switch them around so that bolt's here and this bolt's there, so it's easy to get that installed. So, yeah. So, we're going to get that done and all that fancy stuff. But there is plans for this truck in the future, and when that future does happen, you guys would actually be really surprised on the way this truck is going to be turned out. It's going to be pretty cool. So make sure you guys hit that like button. But I know I'm doing things a little opposite this week. That's fine. But right now, I'll bring you guys back when that distributor's in. All right, we're back. Coil's installed. All the pulleys are on. Belts are really tight, like they're supposed to be. So, and the actual distributor is installed. Valve covers, intake, everything is golden. Everything's good. Just waiting on the stuff for this. Need 2 bolts, one there and then one over there on the other side. Right there. So, we're looking pretty good. We're looking good. So, alternator's on, alternator belts on, water pump belts, power steering belts, all in one. All that stuff's good. That's the old distributor. I'm just waiting on the plug-in for that. Which would be right here. Yeah, so here's the plug-in piece. It's gonna go around and it's gonna plug in right there. No big deal. Ain't that hard. So yeah, that's pretty much where we are right now at the moment. And just waiting on those 2 bolts and possibly definitely new carb gasket, and I might have to pick up a spacer. But other than that, everything's good to go. The water pump hose is on. Let's get you a good look on that right there. Water pump hose is on. So good there. So yeah, that's what we got done so far. And when we get the carburetor gasket and spacer and those 2 bolts, I'll bring you back.
Brand new intake manifold, all new gaskets, brand new cap, road, plugs, wires, and distributor. Sounds pretty decent if you ask me. No oil leaks, no water leaks. None of that stuff. I'll take you in the truck and we'll see where we're at.
Alright, let's take a look on what we got going on here. Let's turn some dash lights on here. Or not. Sounds great. Please like, share, and subscribe, and tell all your friends and family about this video. Stay tuned for the next one.